So here's another little snippet from that interview by Eleanor Terrett over at Crypto in America, I believe. And she's addressing a recent tweet by Brad Garlinghouse where he says that XRP sits at the center of everything they do. And that's been the same case since I got in. David Schwartz, who's the CTO, has said the same thing. The chairman of the board, or the CFO, Chris Larson, has said the same thing. No transaction occurs on the XRP ledger that does not require XRP. You need XRP. And although XRPL, the ledger itself, can be utilized for tokenizing real estate, intellectual property, commodities, securities, bonds, etc., they can use other chains because it's interoperable. And as I've mentioned in other videos, there will be some clear winners. There are more than one ISO 20022 coin. So they're going to have to interchange. You have to have interchangeable value and interact with each other seamlessly. And so although I feel XRP is going to be the biggest winner, it won't be the only one. And they recognize that at Ripple. And so that's good. You've got a major company that supports and backs one of the major coins out there in crypto, and the one that is my favorite, XRP. But they recognize the reality of a global economy. There are more than just one player, and that's healthy. So listen to it from his own words, and it's important to point out what he says there. He wants to grow the pie. In other words, let's build this new global financial infrastructure correctly. And he understands and recognizes it won't just be them, but you're still going to need XRP. So keep that in mind. Let me know what you think in the comments. Like, share, subscribe, and bookmark. And don't forget, if you like some of the stuff we do, buy us a coffee. So we'll see you guys on the next one. Until next time, adios amigos.
You recently did say in a tweet, XRP sits at the center of everything Ripple does. Can you kind of explain what you meant by that?
Well, I think people, I don't understand this, but, well, first of all, I think we can all agree there's a lot of misinformation and sometimes disinformation in crypto Twitter.
Yeah.
That's not great for anybody. I sometimes think people like to paint a picture that is somehow like Ripple's given up on XRP.
Right.
That just doesn't make sense. Like, I mean, for a whole bunch of reasons. I mean, one is...
Clear it up.
Well, for me, that tweet was trying to, like, let's just be very clear. When we think about, and as I said earlier, when we think about G Treasury, okay, so Ripple wants to be as a treasury management infrastructure player, we now can introduce things like Ripple Payments. Ripple Payments, some of those go through stablecoins, some of them goes through XRP.
Integration.
That depends upon corridor, that depends upon currency pair, we want to deliver the best possible product to a customer at the best price. And sometimes that may be a stable coin, sometimes it may not. And people, frankly, something that's not widely known for your audience. There was a period of time where Ripple was minting, in 2023, first part of 2023, Ripple was minting 20% of all USDC. That's because we were doing institutional payment flows, and we used USDC. We also used USDT. We also used XRP. I don't look at the world and say, well, we are not XRP maximalists. There's going to be different chains for different solutions and different technologies. I think we have to start, and I mean this when I say we, I mean the whole crypto industry has to start with what problem and for what customer are we solving? If we just try to, it's like, hey, I have a technology and I just want to apply it to a customer. It's like, well, a customer doesn't think about it that way. A customer has a problem. How do we apply the right technologies? Yeah. XRP is very scalable, very fast, and very inexpensive on a per transaction basis. That makes it good for some things and probably less good for other things. That's okay. And Ripple will use other technologies in those situations. But if Ripple can go from managing tens of billions of dollars of payment transactions to hundreds of billions of dollars of payments transactions to trillions of dollars, and if XRP doesn't have 100% of that pie, but the pie is growing very quickly, like, that's great. I'm happy. That's a really good place to be.